at the empty promises of leadership, political leadership under a capitalistic system. Here is an example of it. It doesn't really matter which country you are, this is all the same everywhere. You won't see these things in your normal newspapers because they are vehicles of control to keep particular political leaderships in power, to make sure that government projects are directed where it goes to the psychopathic capitalist leaders we have in the world, so that they can make money for their corporations and they can claim they don't have to feel anything because they're doing it for their shareholders and they don't have to feel a thing whatever happens. It's the company's decision. So there's like no human being in our corporations. It's all run by company rules. So corporations are the manifestation of the psychopathic nature of the human being. So we need to get rid of all corporations in the world because that in itself is our disease. And that has unfortunately infiltrated our political stratus, our religious stratus. Therefore there is no love thy neighbor as thyself anywhere, which is completely unacceptable, and nothing is done what is best for every human being on an equal basis. There are no equal rights in the world. The UN is an organization that is useless, and their leadership is all there based on who has power and money. So obviously equal money will change this. In this particular instance, houses were promised by government to a community several years ago. Obviously, what is fascinating, 1.5 of these houses were built. The second thing that's fascinating is that the only way these 1.5 houses could be built is that the actual order has been given out and the money has been paid to someone, obviously, which had connections to leaders in government. And none of the houses were built, promises were made, and everybody is quiet. I mean, in effect, right from government, the whole lot involved in these projects should be removed and should be locked up, because what they're doing is simply stealing and fraud. There is no point to this action. There's no point to even discussing it. The principle is simplistically, all politics under a capitalist system will end up in corruption and fraud. Whoever takes part in politics and wants the current capitalist system of freedom to exist is actually dishonest and psychopathic, because they are purely trying to protect their own self-interest in terms of having power and money at the cost of others, because they somehow believe that they are intellectually superior. You cannot be intellectually superior if you cannot even function as a unit in equality. I mean, then you are unable to live the basic principle of 1 + 1 = 2, and therefore you are not intellectually superior, you are psychopathically superior. I mean, that is an unacceptable trait, because you're a traitor to your own race. And such treason will no longer be tolerated as we move through to an equal life foundation and an equal money system. As you will notice, we will be exposing these corruptions more and more, and the only ones that dare to attack us is those under fake names that are all being paid by psychopathic people in terms of trying to stop what we do. Please, bring it on, psychopaths.